Buy the flipping red Lamborghini. Okay, that's not what I would say because I didn't have Lamborghini money when I was 16 years old. But thinking back, it feels just about that ridiculous. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Champagne Diamonds podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you the one thing that I would say to the 16-year-old Nadine. And honestly, the more I think about it, it's really the truth about what I need to be saying to myself every single day. And if you continue to listen, you might find out that maybe this is something that you should be saying to yourself as well. But the only way that you're going to find out is if you keep listening. So tune in to find out more on this episode of Champagne Diamonds. Welcome to the Champagne Diamonds podcast. I am your host, Nadine Russell, and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. This podcast was created for queens, women who are ready to step into their power, women who are looking towards their vision and embracing the journey along the way, women who are ready to be unapologetic about being their authentic selves. If this is you, keep listening. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Champagne Diamonds. It is me, your hostess, Nadine, and I'm super excited that you are here with me today as I share with you the one thing that I would have told the 16-year-old version of me that really and truly I need to be telling myself every single day. So, how did I even decide to come up with this podcast episode? Truth be told, my idea for this episode was completely different. It definitely wasn't this. But I recently had the opportunity to sit down and have a lovely chat with Ilana, who is an amazing woman that I've connected with on Instagram. And she invited me over to have an Instagram live chat with her. And she asked me, just to share my journey, share my stories, share how I got to where I am today in sense of entrepreneurship and what is really driving me and why I show up, and really allow me to share my story. And one of the questions that she asked me as we were wrapping up that lovely, beautiful chat, which you can check out on her page, I will put her links. If you're watching this on YouTube, the links will be in the description box. And she asked me, what is the one piece of advice that I would give my 16-year-old self? And the first thing that came into my heart is that I would tell myself to do it now. Do it now. And I kind of chuckled as I said it, because I realize how many times I have set myself back growing up, being 16 years old, and having so much opportunity, so much creativity, so much vitality, so many things that I could be doing. And a lot of times I held myself back. I allowed other people to hold me back. I allowed the judgments of others to hold me back. And I really wonder where I would be and who I would be today if I had told the 16-year-old me to do it now, to do more of the things that lit me up, to do more of the things that bring me joy. What would that look like? What would that feel like? But I think the bigger question is, now that I'm no longer 16, what would my life look like if I leaned into that advice every single day? And you might be asking yourself the same thing. If you really leaned into doing it now, if you really made the decision that you're no longer going to wait around for the perfect time, if you made the decision that you are going to do it even though you are scared, if you made the decision that you are going to do it now even though you failed in the past, if you made the decision that you are going to do it now even though nobody understands you, if you made the decision that you are going to do it now, even though people are going to judge you and look at you funny, if you made the decision that you are going to do it now, even though no one is going to support you, if you made that decision to do it now, if you made that decree and declaration to do it now, what would your life look like? A lot of times we really make excuses for ourselves. We tell ourselves that it's not the right time. We tell ourselves that we might fail. We tell ourselves that we're not good enough. We tell ourselves that everybody else is doing it already, so why should I do it too? We tell ourselves all of these things that convince us that we are not able to chase our dreams. We are not capable of doing the things that we really want to do. But really and truly, a lot of times, all it takes is one step in the right direction. It may be uncomfortable. It may feel weird. And I get it because I have also held myself back from a lot of things. You know, that comfort zone gets really, really comfortable. And a lot of times, the comfort zone isn't even comfortable, but we stay there because we are used to it. Because we don't have to worry about the unknown. We don't have to worry about what might happen if we take that next step. If we do it right now, whatever that thing might be for us. If we do it right now, there's so much fear about what lies ahead. I know, because I'm facing it. I'm dealing with it. I've dealt with it. And as you grow and move forward in life, these fears don't disappear. They don't. But what happens is that the more you do it, you start to build up a trust. You start to build up a belief in yourself. And you start questioning, what's going to happen if I don't do this? Maybe the questions we should be asking ourselves instead of what might go wrong if I take this next step is that we should be asking ourselves what could stay the same if I don't take this next step. If you're in an uncomfortable situation, if you're not happy with where you are, if you know you deserve more, if you want growth, if you want to push past your comfort zone or your limiting beliefs or just where you are in life, if you want to have more fulfillment, this thing that you know you need to do and do it now might be the next step. This could be the step that changes everything. This could be the step leading up to the step that's leading up to the step that's leading up to the step that allows you to change everything. To change everything for yourself, to change everything for those you love, to change everything for the people that you serve. This could be the thing. So I just want to encourage you today in this short and sweet episode to do it now. 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 Make the decision now. Decide now. Even if you don't burst into action right now, take one step towards it. Maybe the next step is to plan. Maybe the next step is to contact somebody. Maybe the next step is to research. Maybe the next step is to talk to someone you love. Ask questions. But I want to encourage you that whatever's inside of you, that thing that is tugging on your heartstrings, that is saying, this is what you need to do. This is why you're here. Don't ignore that voice. Lean into it. And you never know what might be on the other side of that next step. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you come over and join me inside the Queen Class. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Champagne Diamonds. Bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Champagne Diamonds. I look forward to seeing you again in the next one.